Well, yes, that is rain, and that is a puddle that you're seeing. The rain has started to come down here, and so the big question that came out was, does Brett Moffitt come onto pit road to pit for tires and fuel? But right now it looks like he may want to stay on the racetrack.
Yeah, you see our running order right now. I think Mike Gricci decided to stay out on the racetrack, and I think it's, as you mentioned earlier, it's whatever the leader does, everyone else does. Everybody stayed on the racetrack because that was some pretty significant raindrops in that puddle there.
And one of the things we're hearing from NASCAR is we see Scott Booley's car get pulled back into the garage is they're going to have to take a little bit of time to work on that wall that Scott Booley hit. He hit the inside barrier here in the inside of the racetrack and hit it hard enough that they're going to have to replace parts of that wall. It's going to take a little extra time.
Yeah, I think normally if we didn't have weather as a situation here, I think they would red flag this race while they repaired that wall. But I think right now they feel like if they bring the cars off the racetrack, they will lose the racetrack, and then we won't have any shot to finish this thing.
That's one of the big questions right now is, do you come onto pit road once it's open? Derek Perniciglio.
Well, the 00 crew of Brett Moffitt is really going to gamble this time around. The rain is falling heavier and heavier, and we are in a caution period. But they opted to stay out on the track, hoping that they're going to call the race as it is. But if they go back to green, they've left themselves in a very tough position because they only have 5 more laps of fuel left.
And that's the gamble. You either gamble that it's going to rain and continue to rain and they're going to call the race, or you come onto pit road thinking, all right, this race is going to continue.
I think right now I'm with Mike Gricci. I think it's raining hard enough. We know that they're going to have to do some repairs to the wall. I think I need to stay on the racetrack right here and make this thing stop raining anyway.
So the car's continuing to follow the pace car around the racetrack. We are under our second caution. We'll be back to New Hampshire after this. While we were away, NASCAR determined they would not be able to restart this race, so Brett Moffitt will take the checkered and the yellow flag, ending this one, race number 11 of the 2011 season. 7th career win for Brett Moffitt. He is now in the makeshift victory lane. Let's go there.
Well, Brett Moffitt has 3 second-place finishes here at New Hampshire, but he makes the 4th time the charm. The water starts to fly in a rain-shortened race here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and it's wet outside, but you just got wet in here, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and it feels great. You know, we brought a car this weekend that we didn't bring the last time, but this thing was a rocket ship, and all the guys at MWR put their effort forward, and, you know, this thing, we didn't get to run the whole race, but, you know, I'm sure we would end up here at the end of the race either way.
The car was so fast and dominant. If the race went the full distance, do you still think you could have won?
Definitely. You know, we guys, the car we brought is phenomenal, and we worked really hard at it in the shop and took what we learned last time we were here and made some improvements on the car, and these guys did great all weekend in practice and in qualifying, and this thing was just phenomenal. Hats off to them.
We're going into Dover next week, the last race of the season. You've got 2 wins there. Do you think that Dover is the place you're going to steal the championship?
I hope so. We definitely made up a lot of ground on it this week. You know, we did what we came here to do, win the race and do the best we can. And Dover is definitely a track I like, and hopefully it'll be good to us next week too. Brett
Moffitt picks up the win here today at the Magic Mile.
I'll tell you what an impressive run for Brett Moffitt. He was the dominant car once he was able to get by our pole sitter, Darrell Wallace Jr.
Yeah, and Sergio Pena did a nice job with a 2nd place finish, and Max Gresham back in 7th.
Take a look at our unofficial results. Ben Kennedy, Robert Johnson finishing just 1 position in front of each other. Clay Campbell coming home in the 24th position. Now let's hear from 2nd place Sergio Pena. He is in the media center with Derek Perniciglio.
Sergio Pena comes home 2nd, one of only 2 composite cars in the field. How was the race from your seat today?
It was pretty exciting. You know, it started raining there early, and we knew that the rain was coming, so starting 5th, we knew that we had to push our way up to the front really fast. I got to thank Matt Ghostland and all the guys at Revolution Racing for working hard. You know, we weren't the quickest car in practice, but they turned it around really good, and we're really happy with 2nd. Got to also thank Freightliner and Subway for coming on this week. That was really cool.
How important is it to get such a good run here at a big track like New Hampshire?
It's really important, not only just for every race, but especially at races when you're here with Cup. You've got all the big teams here watching you. You know that they're not just going to be away; they're going to be watching you. So hopefully, we opened up some eyes today, and maybe some possibilities for something in the future.
Well, he won last time out at Greenville Pickens, and now a 2nd place at New Hampshire.
And that 2nd place finish vaults him into the 5th spot as far as the point standings. But more importantly, with 1 race to go, we have a great championship battle.
If Brett Moffitt can go to Dover, lead the most laps and win the race, Max Gresham would have to finish second to win this championship. What a great point battle.
Brett Moffitt did all he could do here. Led the most laps, won the race, got the most points you could possibly get with just one race to go, and that is Dover, the final hurdle to see if Michael Waltrip Racing can make it 3 championships in a row.
And what a great racetrack, too, to have that championship decided at Dover Downs.
The Monster Mile will be the next obstacle for the K&N Pro Series East. It's the final race of the 2011 season. Here at New Hampshire, some hard hits, one of those being Scott Booley, but the big win went to Brett Moffitt, grabs his 7th career win in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East. For Phil Parsons, Derek Perniciglio, I'm Rick Allen saying thanks for joining us here on Speed.